What's up, Big Dogs?
What up?
Yeah, but
What it do?
Anthony is playing games. He's playing games in the garage, and Alex is reading books. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just do it in the car because I don't want to be outside where like fucking dogs enemy can run up behind me and try to lick me. And I'm like, get the fuck off me. And then the inside of the house, fucking puppy piss. And I'm like, guys, you guys are fucking disgusting. It's like not everyone is just mates suck. So
Yeah, bro.
like yeah.
Living with like people that don't take care of dogs. I did that shit like once, never again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
No, like and we said no to the dog, by the way. Because it was like, oh, let's it's like, how do you feel if we got a dog? And I was like, do you want my honest opinion or do you want me to talk to you like a parent? It's an honest opinion. That's an honest opinion. I said, I think you two are too irresponsible to take care of a living being at this point of your lives and the lifestyle that you live. Because a dog is a lot of work. No, my dad used to raise dogs. Yeah, you never did.
yeah,
I had to before. No, shit sucks. But at the same time, my dogs knew how to act. You don't know. You don't even know what your dog is. And then next thing
yeah,
you know, oh yeah, well, yeah. I'm just like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. So
yeah.
yeah, no, but we're moving out. As a me and so we're
Oh,
moving out
really?
like July, and then plus, oh hell yeah, the fuck. So dad's gone, all that stuff. I'm like, I don't need to live close to here anymore. Um, and then plus it's like I don't know, we just need our own space. So
Yeah. No, I feel
that
that.
type.
Once you're married, like we like had roommates for like a little bit, and then it's just like enough.
Right. Like, because I like first, because I remember when Alex first proposed, it was like, oh yeah, let's move in with my sister and Anthony, and I said no originally. I was like, no, I
Uh-huh.
don't want to. He was like, we're saving money. I was like, it's gonna be the same as when we moved in with our parent, with my dad, or with my parents, where it's like, yeah, it's cool in theory, but then living with people versus hanging out with them are two completely different entities, which could
Yeah.
soil shit. And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's like you're just being negative. I was like, no, I'm just like I'm telling you, like we did this before, you know. And then
Yeah.
next, she's the first one to be like, I hate our roommates. So I was like, it's your sister. Shit.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
you didn't
honestly,
listen when I was telling you this, like I tried to
yeah,
tell you.
right. So I'm like, no, we're staying here until this lease is up. So I was like,
Yeah.
shit, I ain't moving. Like, I mean, no, Anthony's cool. He
Yeah,
just works
because you
at
gotta
night. That's
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, he's cool. He just works at night. Like, but it's like, but still, it's like, he just doesn't do anything during the day. So you're like, oh, okay, so nothing's gonna get clean. So I gotta
Yeah.
go ahead and do. So,
Yeah. I know
but
exactly
shit,
what you mean. And that shit gotta be like annoying too. It's like, bruh, like I was working all day. You couldn't clean anything? Like what the
right,
fuck?
like,
Like
right, like,
nothing all day, my nigga. You didn't feel the need to clean anything. It's fucking filthy in here.
right, like I walk in, I was like, so the smell of this puppy piss does not affect anybody. I was like, I am surprised. Like, cause he let her little brothers like stay sometimes, and then he brings his puppy, and it's like an actual puppy, so that's why there's and I'm like, bro, like pick up after your puppy real quick, like just real
Yeah.
quick. Oh, like
Yeah.
I mean, he does it, but it's like he forgets, and I'm like, yeah,
It's like
yeah,
I gotta tell you to clean
like
up after your dog, bro. Come on.
yeah,
Fuck we doing?
yeah, exactly, right. I'm like, look, y'all, no. I was like, I don't, yeah. It's like, oh, we're gonna have a party at our house. It's like, no, you're. I was like, you know what? How about this? You guys go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna chill out. And then now it's just like I won't say I have no patience because I don't think they've seen me really much since because I've just been in my room and I'll just
uh
go out. like just to go smoke at the hoop lounge and shit because I'm just like, all right, I don't want to be here all day. And then I know, like, even sometimes I was like, wait, are you leaving because of me? I'm like, no, like, sometimes I just need, like, my alone time. I need alone time. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. But anyway, all right, but I'm ready. So, all right, hold on.
All
Let me
right.
check my watch. But yeah, no, they were, um, yeah, so Joe Burrow's out for the season.
Yep.
I feel like we kind of saw, well, after I saw that he couldn't grip the ball and how he tried to throw it and how the ball like went absolutely backwards. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is. I was like, this is not like a weak injury. He's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So he's done.
And then
Bengals are done.
yeah, yep, stick a fork in him.
Yeah.
Colin, Colin, Zach Wilson be better than Jake Browning. No, come on, Colin.
Yeah.
The Jets, those Jets.
Like,
I'm
bro,
like, bro,
shut up.
yeah. Like at least Rich Eisen has dignity about the Jets. Like he's
Yeah.
not an idiot about it. Where he's like, he's like, hey, we have Aaron Rodgers, we have an okay offensive line. Let's see how it goes. Like, I mean, I'm not saying Super Bowl, but hopefully we make the playoffs, make a deep run, go from there,
Yeah.
and then fucking Zach, then fucking McIntyre's like, it's over, Colin. We got Aaron Rodgers. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, no, you're not. Like
Yeah.
even if Aaron Rodgers was healthy right now, okay, I'll give him 6-3. Their
Yeah.
defense is enough to where they would win like at least 3 to 4 more games. So I'll give them that. I will give them that.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, oh shit, we could be using this for the show. My bad. I'm just
Yeah.
talking.
All right. Let's get
Okay.
into it.
Let's do it to it. All right. Oh yeah, we're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Welcome everybody to Sports Minds. We're back, baby, with your hosts, Hashmaster Z, and we got Legendarius today on this special Friday episode. Thursday night football just happened last night. Damn, I totally forgot the other half. All right, let me start that over. All right, what's up, y'all? It's Sports Minds here with your hosts, Hashmaster Z and Legendarius. Well, we talk ball every season. So buckle up and let's get ready to talk about this Thursday night football showdown and previews for week 11. All right, Legendaries, what you got for us, man? Talk about your team. Rep your team, man.
Hey, I was in the building last night, baby. It was electric. Oh, seeing Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham in person, bruh. We're winning the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. We're winning the Super Bowl. That defense, I don't know why it's like continually like downplayed. We just play like complementary defense, which I mean, I don't see a weakness, man. We can stop the run, we can defend the pass, we can get after the quarterback. And
Yeah.
I was in the building. They hurt my man Mark Andrews on the first drive, and I said Joe Burrow got to go. And obviously, the defense agreed, and they got him out of here, out for the season.
Oh my god. Hey, but for real though, oh my gosh, Logan Wilson, the way he be hip drop tackling. At first I didn't think that tackle was like a big deal. But if we have evidence with the same dude and 3 different people getting hurt by that same type of tackle, maybe we should consider it. And I think maybe consider banning it for larger players, as in like defense, as in like linebackers and DNs, D tackles. But like DBs, since you're small, you got to get somebody down somehow. So I feel that's okay for that. But I don't know. Another
Yeah,
conversation.
because I at first didn't even think it was I didn't think it was an ankle. Like seeing it live, I was like, oh, he has a concussion because it looks like he hit
Yeah,
He hit it like face first. You know what I mean?
I
So
thought
it's
it was
just
a neck
like,
injury. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just like, any tackle where the opposing player is hitting the ground face first should probably get rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah, to where you can't to where you can like if you can't protect yourself falling down, like no, it should not be okay. Um,
Yeah,
especially if you're running full speed and you're 250 pounds. So um, and it's like I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna let the NFLPA handle that for now. But that's my honest thoughts because at first I wasn't really much of a like oh it should be banned. I'm like it's just football, and honestly it could just be football. But
yeah,
if you're intentionally doing that every time, like hip dropping and stuff, and you're already a big dude, of course the force of that's gonna hurt somebody. And then Logan Wilson, the way he tackled Lamar Jackson out of bounds and held his ankle, that was like me personally. I was like, okay, well, we know that certain players on the Bengals be doing this shit like for years, so it's just I don't know, it's just crazy. But other than that, Lamar Jackson was robbed of at least a 4 touchdown of a 4 touchdown night at
bro.
least.
That holding call, get the fuck out of here. On the Zay
Yeah,
Flowers play,
that phantom call.
yeah, I was like, where's the hold, bro?
Yes,
Where is the
yes,
hold at?
yeah,
Please show me. That was
yeah.
bullshit.
And I saw it, like, they replayed it, and I mean, it was like he got in the way, and a little bit on the outside, but I wouldn't call that blatant holding. Like, I would have let that
Yeah,
play. I would have let it go. You know.
yeah.
And then of course, like your offense. Oh yeah. Anyway, there was something I was going to point out to you and America. So last night watching the game, and not trying to be superstitious, but I think it's something to take into consideration. The banners, 2000 Baltimore Ravens world champions, 2012 Baltimore Ravens world champions. Now we're 12 years later. Did we see
Hey, that's how we
2024?
get down. This is what
Because
I said. This is what I said before the season started, bro. I said every
well,
12 years.
you did say that. You did say
Yeah,
that. Well, hey, we
yeah,
bringing it back up because I saw it on prime time, and it burned in my mind because I was like, hey, I could have sworn I've heard this somewhere. Now I know. Got the source. Legendarius right here.
I'm the
Sports
source.
minds. That's why y'all need to listen to this show because we
Yes,
got all the
sir.
answers in plain hidden sight. Hidden sight.
But man, I mean, think about it now, for real though. Joe Burrow's out. Cincinnati Bengals not a threat. So really, in the AFC, it's Ravens Chiefs,
Yep.
and I'm not sold on the Chiefs. Like their receivers, like I feel like our defense will shut down their receivers.
Right.
Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams on the back end. Like, man, this is the year. Lamar's throwing the ball well. Like, he's not
Right.
even relying on his legs. Just like, all right, I guess I'll use them like here and there. Zay Flowers is him. Odell Beckham coming into form, 151 receiving yards last night. What up?
Right.
So, I mean, 119 receiving yards. But man, we're fully loaded, and I feel like the AFC, like it's really down to Ravens, Chiefs at this time, and all the other teams kind of irrelevant.
Right,
With
right.
the
Kind of
Bengals going
irrelevant.
out,
Right. Kind
Bills
of
can't get
irrelevant.
it together.
Yep. Yep. I agree. And then Dolphins, they can't beat a winning team. And it's like you could try to hype that stuff up, but it's like you said, Ravens and Chiefs stand alone in the AFC at this moment. So
Yeah,
it's a two-team race, and then in the NFC, it's a three-team race. So, but
I'm gonna say it's a two-team race. I think it's a nice story. The Lions being good is a nice
okay. I was
story.
like, what do you think
But
of
let's
my
be real.
predictions?
Like,
Okay.
let's be real. It's the Eagles and the Niners. Not
Yeah,
the
that's correct.
Lions are a nice story, but
Yeah.
like they're not really a threat.
we'll see.
Oh, or are you gonna say the Cowboys? Is that the third team in the mix?
Oh no, it's the Lions. It was
Did
the
you see
Lions.
Dak Prescott against Tommy DeVito? He was
Tommy
dealing.
DeVito. He gets
He
his
was
full.
dealing.
Well, it is against the worst absolute team in the in America right now. So I'm just like, speaking
Bro,
of that,
there,
all right, go
let's
ahead.
talk about that game just real quick. Like,
Yes.
obviously, there's not much. Like, this is like typical Cowboys. It's like, oh, look at us, we smashed a bad team. But the fact that, like, the average Cowboys fan is like so delusional and so hyped about this win is killing me.
Right.
It's like, bruh, they were literally saying on the podcast, or not on the podcast, on the broadcast, that the quarterback lives at home with his parents, bro.
Yeah. Tommy
Like,
DeVito. He lives at home with his parents. His mom does his laundry,
does
cooks
his
some dinner.
laundry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, bro, like you should win. This dude is like a child, for real.
Right.
But yeah, that's all. That's all I really thought about that game. What'd you think about the shootout in LA?
Oh, you know what? The same thing I said during the wild card loss last year. Staley needs to go. And we're talking about
Yeah.
that LA, right? Detroit
Yeah,
versus the
of
Chargers.
course.
All
Of
right, just
course.
double checking. Staley needs to go. Like, and this is not even like a week by week topic where it's like, oh, I see some good things. It's like, nah. No matter what you do, you need to go. You can. I don't even care. I don't even care if you made it to the playoffs. You're getting fired the moment you lose.
I
Because
mean,
I know, it,
well, that's my
like,
thing is like, I don't know what they're waiting on. It's like, why don't you just
right?
fire him now and
Yeah.
let Kellen Moore run the show?
Yep, that's what I would. That's exactly what I would do. And for anyone saying like, "Oh, well, if you could fire somebody in the middle, who cares?" Because clearly something's not working. You're brought here for a defense, and your defense is trash. You made J.C. Jackson irrelevant. Like Khalil Mack had one explosive game. And like Joey Bosa, he's good in spurts. But the fact is, you have all this talent on defense, and no one's really gotten better under your watch. So
Yeah.
that tells me a lot. About who you are as a coach.
I
It's like,
mean, your defense gave up what, 41 against the Lions? You gave up 37 against the what was that team? The
um
Dolphins.
the Dolphins, yeah.
Gave up 30 plus to the Cowboys. Like, you're the defensive coach, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like the offense is fine. Justin Herbert is fine. And it's like, yes, we're gonna get, I know we criticize him for not, delivering in certain moments because that I mean that goes like, yo, you're getting paid this, you need to do better. Period. But
Yeah.
it's like there's certain times where it's like if you're putting up, let's see, those are weird stat I saw where it's like he's accounted for like 1,502 points and over his career, and then the defenses have given up the exact same amount. So it's like you're not going to win consistently that way. It's like, yeah, okay. There's a lot, there's a rare people that can win despite that. And Justin Herbert, all he needs is somebody like a defense that's like just mid tier, a mid tier defense. He should be there in theory, as elite as we see him, But
Uh, I don't
yeah,
know. I
Staley
mean,
needs to go.
let's. He had a great defense. I was up
I mean,
28
I
to
get
0.
when I say
They're up 28 to 0 in the playoffs, or 27 to 0. My bad. 30 minutes. Justin Herbert, what'd you do, bro? You blew the lead,
yeah, no,
and
you're right.
you're
You're
getting
right.
paid that money. And it's funny now because Joe Burrow is the highest paid player in the league. Now he's not playing anymore, and he did miss a season already due to
Yeah.
injury. And he missed some games last year due to injury. Missed some games this year due to injury, and now he's out for the season. But all the talk was about Lamar and his injury history when he was trying to get his contract, and now it's just silence. Like, yeah, I guess we these other teams, when there was no market for him, I guess we should have given Lamar exactly what he wanted, and we'd probably be in contention for Super Bowl. But
yep, that's correct.
instead, they decided not to. Joe Burrow is now the highest paid player in the league. He's not playing. Justin Herbert is number 2 highest paid player in the league. He's 29-29 for his career. And this season, he has a losing record again. Obviously, the season's not over, but as it stands, you guys once again have a losing record, 4-5. And Lamar Jackson, by the way, 57-24 in his career. Double the amount of wins of Justin
57 and 24.
I just this is the gloating time for everybody that was hating on Lamar Jackson, for people that be underestimating my Ravens. They always want to big up the white quarterbacks, not trying to make it a race thing, but they always want to big up these quarterbacks that don't really deliver. And then you have a Justin,
right?
No, you have a Jalen Hurts, you have a Lamar Jackson. All they do is win, and then you just want to find any little criticism that you can find with him, like, oh, he's not pushing the ball down the field. Oh, he's turning the ball over at a high rate. It's like 8-3, and for the Eagles, 1 loss. Like, best records in the league. Get out of here. Stop. There's nothing else to discuss. And that's the thing that is crazy too. Like, and that's my only. This is my with the Ravens. They should really be undefeated. Like, every game that they lost, they just went turnover crazy. And it's not like, oh, like, it's like, oh, well, if we didn't turn the ball over, it's like, no, like, they had control of the game, and then they're just like, all right, game's over. But like, it's not. The game's not over until the clock strikes 0. But you see, every time it's like, all right, we have like a legitimate opponent that's gonna have our attention the entire game. Outside of the Browns, I still can't believe that Browns shit last week. But against the Bengals, locked in the entire time. Against the Seahawks, locked in, start to finish. Against the Lions, start to finish, just dominating wins. So I just don't understand why they don't have like they don't do that consistently. But come playoffs, obviously they're going to be locked in, and it's looking like they're going to have home field advantage. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Absolutely. And I think, and just piggybacking on what you said, it's just, moving the goalposts, and, media likes who they like at times. And then, and there's been times that Lamar Jackson has gotten his great praise too. So, it's not like, completely trashing him, but it is like a true thing where you see the goalposts being moved for certain quarterbacks, where other quarterbacks would be, would get a pass, or, get multiple passes just because of, hey, media simply likes them. And it's like the whole Dak Prescott situation versus Kirk Cousins, right? Where people are like, Kirk Cousins, man, he sucks. I wouldn't want him on my, on my team because he can't win in the playoffs. And then Dak Prescott, I could possibly see him win a Super Bowl. But then he does the same exact thing that Kirk Cousins does. And it's like, what Colin say? He said, Dak Prescott is Kirk Cousins with better PR. And I was like, damn. I heard, but that's true.
That is those are the facts.
Right. And it's not like either one are bad quarterbacks. It's just they need certain things to succeed, and Dallas hasn't been really doing that for him in a minute. But it's like, now it's like, okay, when I think of Dallas, like I said in the beginning of the, of our podcast and whatnot, it's the Philadelphia rule. You got to, as in the Sixer rule, you got to make it past the second round for me to even give you your real props. So if they make it to the NFC Championship this year, then I will take everything out. I'll say, you know what? Hey, they made it. They made it there for the first time since 1990 freaking 5 or 6. So I'll take that. But then until then, they're the same old Cowboys. So
Yeah, I agree. And for me, it's still just the same old Cowboys. Like you guys haven't beat a single good team yet, so you know, I'm not
right,
I'm not jumping on the hype train like, oh, look out for Dallas. It's just like, nope, I see what I see with Dallas. And people wanted to reference the Eagles games, like that's a step in the right direction. It's like, no, it's not. They lost the game. It's not a step in the right direction. It's typical. It's typical Cowboys. It's like, oh, we look good in that loss, though. And it's like you didn't look that good because you lost. It's like I don't care.
right,
You look good.
right,
Like you can say the same thing. It's like, oh, we were right there against the Niners in the playoffs 2 years in a row. It's like, yeah, but you lost. You need to win. Like it was kind of like the thing with Lamar. It's like, oh, he's never beat Patrick Mahomes, and then he did. And it's like, all right, let's shut this down now. Oh, I still think he's never beat Josh Allen, but Josh Allen, you don't
right.
want that smoke this year, little boy.
Speaking of Josh Allen, whew, so Trayvon Diggs, Trayvon Diggs is just being what a little brother is, right? Just wanting the best for the
Yeah,
family and saying like, get 14 up out of there, this and that, and this is reminiscent for me, it's just like, it's just being like a family member caring about your well-being and, like, hey, if you want to win, you ain't going to win there.
yeah,
Because, I remember almost a decade Michael Vick was getting sacked on national TV. It was a siloed game, island game. I want to say this was the Dream Team era. And Vick probably got sacked for like the fifth or sixth time, hurt his ribs. And then Marcus Vick, tweeted, "Get my brother out of there." It's like, he seems like a dummy out there because everybody's just, it's open season.
yeah,
So it's like you can't really control what people say or feel, because we've seen it with Giselle and Tom Brady. Talking criticizing Wes Welker and Bill Belichick, and it's like that. I don't think that should be like a real story, because it's just like that's just a family member making sure that their family's okay. And then of course Stephon Diggs, it's like I'm pretty sure he loves Buffalo, because he got to be the number one receiver for years. He just wants to win a Super Bowl,
yeah.
and now, you know,
Well, you know why it's a story. They're making it a story because for the past 2-3 years, they've been trying to get Diggs up out of the league. They always want to, oh, he's got attitude issues. It's this, it's that. They want to show his sideline. But then when you hear him mic'd up on the sideline, he's just hyping up the team. He's not
yeah,
complaining. Give me the ball. He's like, let's go, guys. We can do this. When he's throwing
right,
the iPad, he's mad because he missed, he like ran the wrong route or wrong release. And it's just like, y'all
right.
make everything
No,
that
he's
Diggs
patient.
does a big deal. And it's the same thing that they did with Dez for years, where it's just
Mm-hmm.
like Dez is acting out on the sideline, and then you hear him mic'd up, and he's just hyping up the team. It's just
Hyping
like,
up the
oh,
team.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, Steph.
that's what they're
Yeah,
trying to
Steph.
do with Diggs now.
See, they're trying to make out Diggs like James Harden, being a malcontent, being unhappy after a few years. No, Stephon Diggs has made this arrangement work, since 2020.
Stephon Diggs has made Josh Allen. What is Josh
Yes,
Allen without Stephon Diggs?
correct. Somebody please tell me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love
Oh,
to know. Well,
I
he'd
know.
still be
I was all
leading the league
quiet
in
unless someone's gonna
interceptions.
hop on.
That's the end of the podcast.
Right. But
He
no,
would
but for
still be
real,
leading the league in interceptions. I know that, as he's
right.
done, the past 5 to 6 seasons.
You're right. And it's like, I get, that 37 touchdown stuff like that would be down to 25, and then you're leading the league in picks. That's not a good look. 25 and
Yeah,
17 type shit. Nah. But I think it's just, I think between him and Josh Allen, I mean, this is just, I guess this might be the last year of like Sean McDermott. I'll say that, because
yeah,
it's the wheels are coming off fast. They're
And
already
that
5-5.
defense is breaking down.
Yeah, everyone's getting hurt on defense. They still don't really run the ball as well as I would like them to. And it's like, we're gonna run the ball. And it's like, no, you're really not going to though.
Yeah.
And then
They
it's like we already talked about like what happens to bigger quarterbacks over a long amounts of time, especially when they're running like Josh does. And it's like, y'all don't want to invest on a like a like an actual running back, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, James Cook is good, but I'm talking about like actual running committee and stuff, and then have Josh run on key downs.
they got
At least
Lenny
he's still
Fournette
here.
on the practice squad.
Right. Right. I did see
Let
that.
my man eat.
You know,
Let my man eat.
let that man eat. Let him sit. Yay, set up his dinner table. All right. Shoot.
But yeah, man, I don't know what the deal is with these Bills, but I'm not I'm not a believer. I'm not sold. They don't scare me. They seem like
Yeah. No.
they seem like the it seems like the band is about to break up after this season.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. And it's gonna be. I mean, because we already know the Dorsey thing. That was a scapegoat situation. We know that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this just real quick. Uh First of all, I love how whenever the Broncos win, we don't or not we, the media doesn't want to give like any credit to Russell Wilson, who's now won 3 straight games, and he's beat the Chiefs playoff team, Bills playoff team back to back. Let's
Yeah.
not talk about that. He's still washed, He's still washed, even though he did lead the game-winning drive for them to get the field goal, right? But anyways, he's still washed. Um, let's talk about the Bills. The Bills fire their offensive coordinator after the loss, a loss in which Josh Allen throws 2 interceptions and then also has another fumble, and then also James Cook has a fumble, and they lose by 1 point. What else does the offensive coordinator need to do? And let's not forget that they actually initially missed game-winning field goal, which would either be defense or
Right.
special teams. But defense or special teams were lined up offside, so then they got another field goal and win the game. But with all that, it was the offensive coordinator's fault.
Yep.
He's got to go. Get him out.
He's got to go. But no, I wouldn't have
Like,
fired him.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was wrong. And you know what? Funny thing that you said, don't give Russell Wilson his credit. I was looking up stats today, and projected Russell Wilson is on pace for 36 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So if
Now,
because he's 18-4 right now, and you're like you're thinking to yourself, oh, I guess I was told that this guy sucks, and he doesn't, and he's broken this and that. And honestly, those times this year where I was like, well, I mean, it's not like he's moving the needle, but he's not last year, and then the last 2 games, like you said, beating the playoff Chiefs, you're beating the Bills. Regardless, you're stacking these wins together against really good teams. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Russell Wilson is back, baby. He's elite. It's more of like, nah, he's doing his job. He's keeping the boat afloat, and the new defense is doing their job. They actually are playing like a team, and maybe who knows? Maybe they end up like 8-9, but we'll see.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't stand the hypocrisy. That's my big
Oh, yeah, of
thing.
course.
It's like I just can't stand the hypocrisy. It's like so it's just crickets for Russell Wilson now. What he's done against
Okay.
those 2 guys. And come on, bro. He threw 5 incompletions. He was 24 of 29. Like, what else do
Yeah.
you want him to do? What else do you want him to do? He was 24 of 29.
Have a
Like, we're not
perfect
going to give
passer
him any
rating
love? Yeah.
and rush for 80 yards.
I mean, let's be real. The Broncos, like, offensive weapons aren't very good.
No, they're not.
Like, Cortland Sutton is all right. I'm over Jerry Jeudy. The dude doesn't do shit except for run his mouth. 3 catches, 35 yards. Like Jerry Jeudy he's just another guy. As Steve Smith said, just a guy.
He's a jag. Just another
Javonte
guy.
Williams is like getting, yeah.
He's
Javonte
all
Williams
right.
is back in the form, which is nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, he's coming off of ACL. Like, it's not like he's got Ken Walker and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Like, Geno Smith, as he was really hyped, and everybody rightfully so. Like, we gave him his love last year. Vance has been not very good this year, even though they squeaked out a win against the Commanders. Excuse me. Squeaked out a win against the Commanders, but Geno Smith is not the guy. I feel like Seattle needs to get a QB.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, because I'm not saying like Geno Smith turned into a pumpkin, but it's more of like you could see like it's like it's not like last year. The defenses are catching up. So now it's instead of him being like an elite quarterback, like stat wise that we saw last year, it's more of like, oh no, you're good. It's just we've caught
now
up.
We want more.
Yeah. like the league's caught up, and you can't duplicate what you did last year. Like you're going from 31 touchdowns to maybe 20, and then you're like throwing more interceptions on top of that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
About him yet?
You said what?
CJ Stroud, who is now CJ from San Andreas.
No, CJ from San Andreas. Funny thing about CJ Stroud, I was just strengthening my vocabulary this week and flipping through the pages of my thesaurus or dictionary, whatever you want to call it, and I was looking up the definition of him, because the whole pronoun thing going around, and making sure that I get everything right and know how to identify people properly. And I see a picture, and it's CJ freaking Stroud because he's him. Yeah, I'm saying no, but seriously, I mean, the fact that people said like his his player comp was Jared Goff, stuff like that. I would take it a bit further. I mean, because Jared Goff is a good pinpoint passer when everything's going right. I think CJ's better because he doesn't have a Sean McVay or Todd Gurley or Nico Collins is good. Tank Dell is good. Shout out to Greg. So it's
shout out Greg for real.
Yeah, thanks for real.
So much. You too. I'll just say that again. Shout out Greg for real.
Right, and the fact that you have, you have this young quarterback, throwing with anticipation, being patient in the pocket. He's not much of a runner, and that's okay. The thing is, he can if he wants to, and that's what makes him more dangerous than Jared Goff. And it's like, but pocket wise, I think they're comparable. Where it's like you got the strong arm, and with Goff, yes, things do have to be right. I think I like Detroit Lions version of Goff more than I ever did any of the Rams version, because we already knew what the Rams version was. It was like, okay, this is a product of McVay. Let's see how you do elsewhere. And then Ben Johnson, new OC, someone I've never really heard of before that, and then you see, now the new and improved Jared Goff, where, hey, there'll be some injuries coming up for certain people, but he won't falter as in Jared Goff. So, yeah, I like CJ Stroud. Long story short, I think he should have been the first quarterback taken day one, but, Bryce Young and all that Alabama hype, I never really bought into it unless I knew you were a dog.
Yep. I swear, there's this guy that does this podcast that says CJ Stroud should go number one as well. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
You did say
saying.
that
I'm
too.
just saying. I was on point this season so far. I've been on point this season so far. I just gotta pat myself on the back. We ain't even talk about Bryce Young. Panthers are in shambles. That was probably one of. It's funny. Like obviously Frank Wright is like the fall guy, but it's just like you guys traded away your weapon in DJ
Yeah,
Moore. You've always had a bad offensive line, and it's just like it's not like if the GM or the owner seriously thought is like we're just a quarterback away, and it's like then you should also be fired because you're never just a quarterback away. You were an
yeah,
offensive line away. Like you guys were doing well with Sam Darnold, but you had no offensive line to protect him.
yeah. The fact that they had a winning,
And we
a
see
winning
that still. You have no
time.
offensive line and you have no receivers and you have no running game. And you trade for Miles Sanders. Like Miles Sanders was not the dude. That's why Philly's just like, peace out. Miles Sanders didn't even do work in the Super Bowl.
No, he did
Like
not.
they were always like, let's get some Boston Scott, let's get some Kenneth Gainwell. It's like Miles Sanders was never that guy. It's just I feel
Yeah,
like it was a lot of bad just GM moves. That's really who's to
right.
blame for everything that's wrong with the Panthers right now. But I don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
even talk about the
fact.
Panthers. The Panthers suck. Just wanted to bash the GM because the GM's always the smartest guy in the room. Not this time, buddy. You need to get fired.
Right. So GM Legendarius, y'all.
For real. Hire me. Shit.
And
I'll
then you
take the
gotta go
job for half.
hire me as a coach. I got y'all.
Yeah. Hey, I play Madden. I
Coach
know what to
GM.
do.
Right. So we know what we doing.
Yeah.
Looking at the camera, we have no fucking clue. All right, Hard Knock, come in here. Look at our war room. But yeah, man, let's get down on these games. Some of the previews coming up because I know we got a couple of days coming up. I mean, we got a couple of
Yeah.
days in week 11. So let's talk
Let's
about
get into it. So we got Steelers at the Browns. RG3 is out here asking for a job.
yes.
Deshaun Watson out for the season. What do you think? Steelers Browns.
And
PJ
just
Walker.
if it was PJ, I'd be like, "Hey, PJ got this." But Dorian Taylor Robinson, right? I
Yeah,
do like it,
DTR.
but I think I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm going Steelers this game.
Yeah.
It's like I want to choose the Browns. I really do, because I've seen them win with backup quarterbacks. But I think the Steelers has this division's number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I got the Steelers. Come on.
Yeah.
DTR. That's his nickname. He looked terrible in his game against the Ravens.
Right.
I feel like the Steelers they're going to have too many opportunities on offense, and I don't think the Browns are going to move the ball effectively at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, this is going to be I hope this is an exciting game. Cardinals at the Texans. Tyler back
Oh my God.
against CJ.
Man. Okay. Should we do a bet on this? Well, we haven't done this in a while.
I mean, are you gonna own up to it once you lose?
I'll do a $10 bet. I'll do that.
All right.
That's fine.
Who you got?
Yeah.
You got the Texans?
Oh well, Kyler Murray is undefeated in Texas. I'm going with the Cardinals, man.
Oh, you got the Cardinals? All right,
Yes.
I'll take the Texans. Hey, CJ from San Andreas, you better come through. Come on, baby. I like the Texans in this game. They're playing inspired. They're obviously D'Amico Ryans is coach of the year, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
For
No
what
one
he's
else
done
is
with that
out coaching him.
franchise already. Yeah. and he's got these young guys balling. He's got CJ playing with all the confidence in the world. Remember how they were saying he didn't test well, he couldn't process things? Like,
yeah, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Looking a little dumb now. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Texans on this one. Cardinals got their win. Kyler Murray, he did his thing last week, but come on, D'Amico Ryans. I really need this $10, bro.
I think well, hey, it's gonna be a lot. I think Kyler Murray, is just gonna show everybody just how good he used to be. Not like he's out of his prime or anything. It's just like, no, hey, this motherfucker's still good, and he's gonna start willing his teams to wins. All right, next game.
Titans Jags. Jags just got embarrassed.
Like, it wasn't even like that was shoot, man. That was embarrassing to watch. I was like, yo, this is insane.
Yeah.
34-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, Trevor Lawrence, you're not him. Maybe we're all overhyping, overvaluing your wins a bit because that team.
Yeah, when you got punched in the mouth, it's not even that. You didn't do anything about it. They just kept hitting you. That was it.
Yeah. It's like, all right, we're gonna hit you again. You want some more? All right, here's another one.
Here's a knuckle sandwich. And then it's like, oh shit. Yeah,
but coming off a loss and being at home, it is a divisional game, but I expect them to bounce back and get this win against the Titans.
Especially after getting embarrassed like that. So yeah, I agree. I'm going like 31-17 on that one.
Yeah. It could be even higher than that. Shit.
It better be.
How about
Go ahead.
Raiders Dolphins. Raiders undefeated under Antonio Pierce.
What do you call the Raiders, a winning team at 500 or a losing team?
I would not call them either one.
Oh, man. Dolphins, I guess it's 50-50. Because if they were a winning team.
I see what you're doing there.
but this game's gonna be played in Miami, so yeah. Dolphins. Yeah, I think Dolphins can handle it.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins and the Dolphins are coming off a bye, and they're supposed to have A-Chain back, so I think the Dolphins are gonna run it.
Put up 40.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I think the Dolphins are gonna run away with this game. Obviously, the Jets have a good defense, but the Raiders I was not impressed by the Raiders last week with Zach Wilson and just gifting them the ball time after time. It's like, that's all you guys can do with it. I really don't understand the benching of Garoppolo because he's clearly better than the rookie, but that's just me.
It's politics.
You're paying the guy regardless, so
shit. Yeah.
At least get out there and just win, baby. That's what we say, right?
Right. The funny thing was, oh my gosh, when they wished him a happy birthday and benched them the day after.
Oh yeah.
I was like, right. I was like, y'all. I was like, the funny thing was, Raiders fans would be like, all right, now we're good. We're gonna start winning now. Let's go. And it's like, y'all ain't win like that in 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, I agree. I think the Raiders, unless Tua start turning the ball over, over like crazy, Raiders have zero shot. So
yeah. Cowboys Panthers. We know how that one's about to go.
Yeah. So Bryce Young is gonna have his second win, and right. So Cowboys are gonna play their brand. Their brand on bully ball. They're bullies. So if your team is trash, expect them to get throttled. And And that's basically it. It's like most of Dak's stats, like, now everyone's like, should he be in the MVP discussion? No, you're 0-3
Like,
against winning
no, yeah,
teams. Like,
yeah,
let's like stop that. And like it's like they're like, oh, how come he's getting MVP? He's not getting MVP consideration, but XYZ quarterback is. I don't know. Jalen Hurt has one loss and has actually beat playoff teams. Patrick Mahomes, he's beat playoff teams. Lamar
yeah,
Jackson, oh, what do you know? He has a winning record against everybody. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's like no, until the Cowboys start beating up on like number 1, 2, 3 seeds type, level type teams, then I don't want to hear Dak Prescott for MVP because then it'd be a sham.
yeah. I'm right there with you. I really feel like this
They're gonna put
MVP
up,
this year, it's
yeah,
it's either gonna be Hurts or Lamar Jackson, and if it's not one of those two, then they're gonna, you know, tear the
give it
black
to
man down and give it to McCaffrey.
right, right, yeah. Well, he needs to get another 100-yard game first, but yeah. So I mean, I feel you on that. But I think it's gonna be more about like the actual value this year versus pretty stats.
Yeah,
Um, because now everyone's seeing it.
yeah.
Um, let's see.
We got Lions,
Uh,
Bears.
I
Got
saw
Bears.
interesting. I You
Justin
beat me
Fields
to
is
it.
back.
You beat me to it. I saw something interesting that made me go, that's not a bad idea. It's like Bears are better in run defense now. And I was like, oh, okay. I stopped watching after Tyler Bagent started playing because who wants to watch
Yeah,
that? You know, and Justin Fields, both prior to getting hurt, was on a hot tear. So, who knows, right? And then maybe just like the Kyler Murray effect, he's gonna want to like win games. So they're like, no, you're not drafting anyone over me. Um,
yeah,
so I think the extra motivations, and then the Lions coming down from a huge, huge win, emotional win. It's a high, and they lose. So that's how I think it's going to go down, and I think it's going to be, mm, let's see, 28-27. DJ Moore has another 2 to 3 touchdown performance. Real stuff. I actually
Ooh,
think DJ Moore is about to explode again.
I can't give him the win. It'll be close, but I can't give him the win. I'm still going with the Lions.
I'm going the Bears. I know I messed up week 1 of the season, but I actually saw something out of Justin Fields, and I think the extra motivation of like you're not drafting this dude over me. I think that they'll give him something this game. I like it. See, do we do here's a good one. Seattle and the Rams.
Rams off a bye,
Rams off
and
of bye.
the Rams kind of punked. The Rams kind of punked Seattle.
Nah,
You
dude,
remember game 1
that's
of
what
the
I'm
season.
that's what I'm saying.
Mm. And now they got Cooper Kupp back healthy. Puka Nakua. Stafford's gonna play. Ooh. And if Stafford doesn't play, they got Carson Wentz, baby. Hey.
Right, right. Listen, what? I saw an article where it was like, not an article. I'm not that old, guys. I saw I saw this link saying
I was reading the New York Times and I saw
they said Carson Wentz was signed to LA. They're like, the LA Rams are getting desperate. I was like, that's not desperate. That's making sure you have a backup quarterback for your injury-prone starter. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean? Desperate. I was like, New York Jets should have picked him up, as we said in the beginning of the year.
I was on it and I have kept pushing it, and they're just like, nope, we don't want Carson Wentz. It was like, are you sure about that? New York
Right.
Giants, are you sure about that?
You sure
Are
about
you
that?
sure about that?
The New York. I didn't do fucking shit.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to Tim
what
Robinson.
that's the Jets and the Giants GMs right there. Issue that we had. I didn't do fucking shit. I knew
How did you do it? How
I'm
did
not
you
worried
do it? Oh my gosh! Shout out Tim
I got
Robinson.
Rams
I think
though.
he's
Fuck that.
gonna.
100%.
All right. So low key, here's a game of a week. Game of the week, as in like this is gonna be entertaining. Not the game of the week because we know what that is, and we'll get there. But another one, and I think this one's gonna be closest to like where I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. Sunday night football, November 19th, Vikings, Broncos. We got Josh Dobbs and Russell Wilson. We have the Broncos defense who's surging. We have the possible return of JJ. So, to be honest, I'm excited for this game. It's the runner up for game of the week because we'll talk about number one later. But yeah, I think I'm going Vikings in this game just because of how fun the story has been. What say you?
Well, it's a fun story, and shout out Josh Dobbs. He's literally ruined me 2 weeks in a row because I was like, there's no way the Vikings are gonna win. And he's like, hold my beer. But I'm rolling with the Broncos. They got some momentum. They've won big
Yeah.
games against good opponents, and you know, you just gotta let Russ cook. Russ has been cooking 5 interceptions or 5 incompletions last game. Everyone wants to downplay Russ. I feel like this would be a game where he can come out, put the team on his back for a win, and then the Broncos be 500. What? 5-5. They get this win. So I'm rolling with the Broncos. Let's ride.
Oh, I like it. You know, I think this is like your classic coin flip where you're like, either or, I won't be upset. But I really love the Josh Dobbs story. Like seeing him like actually thrive in a real offense, a real team structure. Brian Flores, historically, his defenses has gotten better. Like if he starts somewhere, it looks like they suck, and then just like the Miami Dolphins, his first year, they got better as the season went on, and we're seeing evidence of that. But yeah, I mean, wishing the Broncos the best, but I'm liking the I'm sipping the Josh Dobbs Kool-Aid. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get into I mean, there's a couple games that are obvious, but this game is not
Yeah.
obvious. I want to know what you think. Chargers at Green Bay. Jordan
You know,
hate against the coach that we hate.
Yeah. So I'm going to Char. Ooh, wow, they're away. Huh.
Yeah, it's in
Man,
Lambeau.
I'm going Packers. I'm going home team, and
Oh,
I want home team. I for real am like something like I mean I don't mind if I lose this game, but at the same time it's like Chargers find ways to lose games. They don't find ways to win. Now, I'm not saying Packers find ways to win because Jordan Love is awful. All right, I'm you know I where like what else do I need to see at this point, right? Like you played well in the first 2-3 weeks and then you just fell off a cliff. But I mean, I guess they're getting kind of healthy now. So, Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon could, kind of like just be the offense and hopefully you make sure that he doesn't throw a pass longer further than 10 fucking yards. But I think I think the defense the defense of the Packers I'm just gonna be honest. I think the Packers will win. I just think that the Chargers will find a way to mess it up as always. So
uh, I I said one of the pods when you were away. Jordan Love is trash, and I will never pick the Packers to win a game while Jordan Love is quarterback. And I'm sticking with that. I got the Chargers winning. Jordan Love, you want to talk about people that find ways to lose? Jordan Love will find a way to lose. Trust me.
that's true. That's true.
he will find a way to lose. So,
Will he out Charger the Chargers?
I think he will. And then Brandon Staley will be like, we got to get that guy as our backup just in case.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go Chargers. And then, all right, 3 obvious ones. Commanders over the Giants. Niners over the Bucks. And then is this all? It's obvious to me. Is this obvious to you? Bills over the Jets, or do you think the Jets have a chance?
I think the Jets have a chance.
Oh my God! Really?
I do. I really do. Look, I became a big believer after they destroyed Josh Allen in Week 1.
Man,
yeah,
that was September 11th. We're doing this for Aaron, but come on, man. Zach Wilson is trash, bro. He's trash.
I mean, look, like, Zach Wilson is
talking
trash,
about finding ways to lose.
Bills do that too.
That's true.
This
one's in Buffalo. I guess that doesn't mean much since they just lost at home in Buffalo. I think the Bills are gonna win. You think the Jets win?
No, I'm gonna go with Bills. They got embarrassed. They need to show face. Like, nah, we need to be at least 6-5 before we talk about like playoffs and anything again. So they're gonna be focused and try to get on a win streak. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, that is exactly what I think will happen as well. And then they'll, go on a little win streak in the season, like 11-6. Like, we only lost one. They'll spin it. Hey, they're 7-1 in their last 8 games. Like, oh, shut up, guys. But let's talk about the game of the week, the Super Bowl rematch. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Eagles. Is that correct? It's in Philly. No, it's not. I said it wrong.
No.
We have the Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs. It's in Taylorhead, as we've renamed Arrowhead to Taylorhead or Swifty Land, whatever you want to call it.
Wait, is that a thing now?
No, I'm trolling. Come on.
I was like, Swifty Land. No! No, I am Mahomes Mojado Field.
Mojado Field, yeah.
Mojado Field.
Eagles
baby.
Chiefs, baby. How you feeling about this game? And both of the teams are coming off a bye. Right.
It's like Andy Reid is nigh unstoppable after a bye. Or was it in September? I forgot. Doesn't he suck after buys?
It's both. I forget. No, he's 21-3 after a bye.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. So
and Nick Sirianni is 3-0 after a bye, so
give me the experience, but at the same time, I'm like, if Jalen Hurts does not fumble that one time, Eagles win. Or if they call the pass interference.
Oh my God.
They
lost the game.
Patrick lost
Mahomes won the game.
No, he did. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Because that ain't okay. Because I don't like blaming shit on missed calls because football's football.
And look, if Patrick Mahomes was 100% healthy, it would have been the Chiefs would have won by 15 points. Mahomes was on one leg. It's like, it don't matter, bro. Mahomes balled out, won the game, injured. Nobody talks about the injury. You say Jalen Hurts was hurt in the game. You could tell Jalen Hurts wasn't healthy. It's like, oh yeah, and Patrick Mahomes was, right?
Yeah.
Stop it.
On one leg. So the cowboy in me says, F the Eagles, I hope they lose this game. The football lover in me is tossing up the coin, but I think it's going to be the Chiefs. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. The Chiefs will win this game. It's going to be another close one, but it's like I do have faith in the Eagles' offense. I think it's just the pass rush and whatnot from the Eagles, where I'm like, if they can't, if they struggled with a 70 sack team, if they struggled as a 70 sack team to hit Mahomes, how am I going to have faith for them to put pressure on them this game. So I don't know. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Well, let me tell you something, Hashmaster. It's kind of hard to go against Coach Reed, because Coach Reed, he's a great coach, especially off the bye. He's gonna scheme up some things. He's gonna get guys wide open.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know if the Chiefs players is gonna catch the ball. Like, they got the most drops in the league, and it's Jalen Hurts over there, and he got AJ Brown, he got Devontae Smith, and Meek Mill's gonna be in the building. I'm gonna be in the building. Eagles, baby. I'm rolling with the Eagles to win this game.
Fly, Eagles, fly, huh?
That was my LaShawn McCoy impression, if you guys can tell.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll think of it. Yeah, you better say, and.
Hey, by the way,
it's
Jalen Hurts. It's not Dak. It's not Dak is ass. We ain't talking about Dak. We talking about Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes and Coach Reed and I think Rick Rubin gonna be there too. Everybody from Philly, we going to Kansas City for this game, and we gonna win. Yeah, I got the Eagles winning, man. I don't trust the receivers. Like, we've seen it too often now. It's just like, man, I said this on the pod last week where I don't think the Chiefs can win with the receiving core that they have. It's just like, all right, let's take Kelsey out of the game and make these other receivers beat us. It's like these guys can't even separate.
No, they can't.
And then if they do separate, you can't depend on them to catch the ball. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like reverse Baltimore, like where it's like Baltimore now has competent receivers at least, but then during the years
still got Aguilar.
Right. Oh yeah, no, you're right. But what I'm saying is like Mahomes always had weapons, and then now it's like okay, you got a tight end and a bunch of guys. That's what Lamar was playing with for years. So
that's true. That is true.
Yeah. So it's just an interesting dynamic because I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback as prestigious as Mahomes just have stripped bare cupboards other than his tight end. But but I mean, I just something tells me he shouldn't be. I mean, it's Arrowhead, it's the Eagles. Andy Reid's gonna be coaching something up to make sure. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if he put J.K. McKinnon at receiver. How inconsistent they are.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shit, they may need to.
Right.
But it's going to be a hell of a game. I know that.
Yeah.
Finally, after what the NFL... All right, I'm not going to hate on the Bills-Broncos game. But after what the NFL has been giving us these past couple weeks, we had to watch the Chargers, the Bears in prime time. Then we had to watch the Chargers, Jets in prime time. Then we had to watch Jets and Raiders in prime time. It's like at least we finally got a good game for Monday Night Football.
Right. Yeah, finally. Freaking finally. Jeez.
And we'll be back next week, y'all, breaking it all down. But that's going to be a wrap for this. It's episode 38. I don't know anybody that's worn number 38. Maybe a safety or something. I don't know. But
yeah, I'm trying to think of it actually.
Shaq, did you wear 38 as well?
No.
No,
I did not.
No, that's a bum number. That's probably something that Dwight Howard will wear, or something that Rudy Gobert will wear. Just real quick. All right, before we go, how are you 7'2"? You getting put in the headlock? Have your hands up for help, like somebody help me. He's gonna be in the headlock. Gobert, you pussy, bro.
Oh my god, bro, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I couldn't cover it. I want to make it like my screensaver, and I'm not even a Warriors fan, but it's just like this is one of the best pictures I've ever seen in my life. It's just like Draymond has Rudy Gobert in a MMA headlock, bro.
he said, calm your ass down.
Gobert, somebody help me, please. Somebody help.
He's like, chocolate blue.
Meanwhile, and then did you hear Patrick Beverly get on Karl Anthony Towns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Karl Anthony Towns at the end where they're just standing around there like, shit, we don't like this nigga either. Put him to sleep,
Right,
please.
but it's like, damn, you can't be doing that shit on live TV. You got to be like, at least try.
Yeah.
So me and a couple watchers, me and my wife, watching the game, and it's just like, damn, he tried. I was like, no, you're Karl Anthony Towns. You're pretty big. You
You're
can rip him off if you want
7'2".
to.
Yeah.
Like, and then Rudy go back, like, and then it was just funny because we were laughing because it was like, damn, he just got his arms all out. It's like, this man. This man's like, I'm getting shots.
Fight back, bro. Fight back. Like, do something.
Right, you're 7'2", and you got choked out by someone who's 6'7", 6'8".
Shit, he might be 6'4".
Shit, right. He
Anyways,
might be.
Just had to throw that out there. Rudy Gobert, he's soft.
Yeah, that's the definition.
You're never gonna live this down.
Never.
Don't ever try to act tough again. Same goes for you, Karl Anthony Towns. Stop with the tough guy act. You didn't even come and try. You didn't want any. You're so scared of Draymond. You didn't even want to try to pull him off your teammate that was in a headlock, getting put to sleep. And then in typical fashion, then Gobert's talking shit after the game. Oh, he didn't have his guy there, so I guess he just didn't want to play. I knew he was going to find a way to try to get himself out of the game. It's like, shut up. You got put in the headlock. You got dragged.
Yeah, you got literally, you got dragged in front of everybody.
Yes.
It's like further
on the in-season tournament.
Yeah, an in-season tournament, which I still don't understand. So if y'all talked about it last episode, maybe we'll talk about it next episode. But I don't understand it other than the money thing. And it's like, Rudy Gobert consistently, you are giving French people the extended stereotypes that French people are soft. So,
Yeah. Wemby's trying to change our opinion, and then you just bring us right back to like, nah, still soft. It's like, yeah, he did cry when he knew he was going to get drafted number 1. It's like, what is up with the French, bro? It's like, hey, you're going to get drafted number 1, right? It's like, yeah, I know. I've known for like 8 months. And the number 1 pick, Wembanyama. Oh,
I can't believe you chose me for real. So yeah, who else are we choosing? Like, I kind of say you cried in your privacy. Like, if you didn't know, you find out.
Yeah. Maybe it's a light skin thing. I mean, Caleb Williams crying after losing to Washington. Like, Mom, we lost the game. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm throwing too many shots. I respect all Black people. And I just want to keep this on the French. And I'll just say the French are soft that are in the NBA, which is Rudy Gobert. Wemby. Yeah, kid. I'm not gonna call you soft. You still got some time. Gobert, you pussy, bro. You pussy, bro.
Gobert is a pussy. I think the hardest Frenchman, and I don't even call him French really, like Tony Parker, man. Like, and I don't even like him like that.
Well, we went on a little tangent there, but it's all good. That's a wrap. Episode 38. As always, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. And we'll be right back here next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Where's the button at?